Hi, this is Zoe, the Tantalising Stamper. I'm showing you today a technique for a single layer card, which means not adding any mats or anything. So I'm just using ink, stamps and blending brushes. I've got a couple of pieces of scratch white card, but you could use any card. One needs to be the width of the card, more than the width of the card, and one needs to be more than the depth of the card. I'm going to do it so it's a landscape card, and I'm going to start with Timid Tiger as my first ink, and this is called Madras Check. So first of all, I'm going to put this one, I'm actually going to turn the card around, and I'm going to use my grid paper so that I can line it up, and just bring the camera down, line it up and use that to help me keep the lines straight. I'm lining it up on the bottom line, so it doesn't matter whether you've got centimetres or inches, just line it up. Position this piece of scratch card. I'm going to come down just a little way, about 2 squares on mine. You can work it out for yourself which way you want to go. I'm going to pick up some ink, take off the harshness, and then just very carefully add ink over the other side of the white card. Now I've a bit heavy-handed on the edge there, but that's okay. It'll all blend in. Always add a bit extra up that side. Okay, it doesn't matter if it's whiter there. Then I'm going to move it down about, I think we'll go down 5 squares. So that's about an inch, 2.5 centimetres, thereabouts. And we just carry that on the whole way down the card. Just blending gently. And actually, the less you can add the colour, then you can slowly add more, if that makes sense. So mine was a little bit heavy-handed there, but it doesn't, you'll see with the finished card, I'm getting the fluff off the edge of the card there. It doesn't really matter. You can also go like this. Oops, if it slips, just get it back to the right position. I think we're there. Try and keep it straight. Now, if you're somebody that doesn't like getting their fingers inky, then you may not like this, because you can get them quite inky with this. So I'm going to come down about the same again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little squares. Line it up. Probably got enough ink now to keep going. Maybe just add a little bit more. It's up to you really how heavy you want to make it. I'm trying to go for a slightly more subtle approach. And down 5 squares again. Like I say, about an inch, 2.5 centimetres. Same again. Just gently round in circles, adding a little bit of ink. And then the last one will be 2.5 centimetres. So just in there. So you can begin, you can begin to see where the check will come from, because this is, of course you could tape it, but if you're like me, you're impatient and just want to get on. So this is where your fingernails get caught as you hold it at the end. There we go. And then I might just, to carry it on, just very gently add a little bit on the end there. And then we can decide what we do around the outside. So I've used that piece. I'm now going to just pop the lid back on that. And then I've also got Melon Mambo and a different brush. Same principle. Add it to your grid paper. Try and line it up to keep it square. And this time we'll start about 2 centimetres down, I think. Although, no, let's go 2.5. I'm not going to do as many lines this time. And this makes your fingernails go a lovely colour. So if you want to look and see how you're doing and whether you want it a bit deeper, no, I think I quite like that actually. I think that's probably enough. So we'll then come down. So this is where the check comes. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's up to you how even you want it to be, really. Some people like to be very precise, a little bit OCD, and some are happy to go with whatever. So whatever suits you. I'm a little bit both, I think, sometimes. Now, as you can see, I've caught the edge of the brush up here, but that's not the end of the world because I can then blend it in a little bit. Oh, look at that. Yeah, that's coming nicely. Then I don't think we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, almost. So I am just going to pop it on the very edge just to add a little bit there, just to keep that feeling of continuity. In fact, I'll tell you what we'll do. This is probably, oh no, maybe. I think if we turn it around and just do a little bit. Then that covers it, doesn't it? Just keeps it going, the look of it carrying on. So now, if you want to, you can leave it like that, or you could add a border. And the way to do that would be just very simply with your piece of card, or with, we'll go for the Melon Mambo, I think. What have I got here? Melon Mambo. So, but the alternative is a ruler. I have my nice Stampin' Up ruler here. And again, if you use the lines, you can do it at one little square or whatever suits you, and just come down, move it across very slightly until you've covered it. And this creates a really nice border around the edge of the card, which gives the illusion that you are you've added a matte layer, when in actual fact you haven't. So it sticks to the rules of one layer card. It's a little bit of fun. You could create several of these backgrounds and then stamp on them to how you wanted. So this time I've rotated it just to keep it easy. As you can see, that bit of extra colouring that I did with the blending brush, I probably didn't need to worry about now. So we're almost done. Just finish that one. And the trick then is to watch that you don't get the edge of your ruler onto your card, which is what I managed to do yesterday when I was fiddling about and deciding what colours to use. So there we go. That ideally wants to dry while you just get your stamp ready to, because now I'm going to stamp an image. Now, there are different ways that you could do this. As you can see with this one, I use this lovely happy birthday from the, if I can find it, Layered Thoughts stamp set. This is an online exclusive, so it's got these great sentiments in quite large letters, and then you can add the to or the you or thinking of you, whatever. Or you can just go with happy birthday, because that does exactly what it says on the tin. And then I've added some flowers, and these came from a retired set, but you could use any flowers. I've stamped them in Memento Black, and then I used just markers carefully so as not to catch the outline too much to colour them in. And as you can see, there's no border on this one. So I've created my border on that one. But another way to do it is to stamp an image, and this time I'm going to use this cute little sausage dog from a new set that's coming in July 2025, and it's called Long Time No See. It's got this fun llama, a long neck, a scarf neck, and some lights so that you could use it at Christmas, but you can also use it for birthdays, etc. So I'm going to use this little fellow, and again I'm going to stamp it in black. And what I've been doing to protect my polymer stamp set a little bit is just put a little bit of Versamark on to try and help prevent the staining too much. Then my black Memento ink is nice and inky. So make sure I get it all, get his nose nice and black. And then I think we'll open the card out and stamp him or her in the middle. There we go. How cute is he? Then I'm going to use marker pens. I've got Melon Mambo. I've got Timid Tiger, which was my other ink. And I've also got Timid Tiger, Pecan Pie, I think is what and Pecan Pie. So then we can, if we start off with the pink, I think. And you can colour these, the whole little dog and the woolly jumper in. Just go around the edges first so that keeps it nice and neat, hopefully. And again, it's really then up to you how much colouring you do. Obviously, you probably want to colour the whole thing somehow, because otherwise it will show the plaid all the way through the dog. But because I've used these bold colours and only blended them very softly, apart from when I had an elephant touch, it makes it really easy to colour over what's underneath. So if we go alternately, do his little leg warmer, pink as well. So colour this in, and I will fast forward or stop colouring while you're having to watch, because you could probably watch paint dry too. So go and put the kettle on and for a second, and I will be back. And I've got to be careful with this tail, use the very tip. These are brush markers, so you only have to use them gently so that you don't squash your nib. And it Makes it much easier to do small pieces and stay within the lines. But then you can brush, if you do little gentle circles, hopefully you won't get too many line marks in your colouring. There we go. So how cute is that little dog? Really sweet. Now the next thing is that I'm going to use the Happy Birthday from this stamp set to stamp onto my card. And again, so I'm keeping up with the rules of a single layer, which is our challenge at the Totally Techniques. So this month you'll probably see lots of different ideas, so do go around the blog hop and have a look at what everyone does. And then if we go for what looks like a centre, yay, we got it. By George, I think we got it. So this is a really cute card. It's probably not it's in the realms of quick, simple or easy, possibly not in the realms of quick and easy because of doing this Madras Plaid, but it's really quite fun. You can then add to it by doing a little bit, if we get a bit of wink of Stella, we can give a little twinkle in that eye, and we can give a shiny wet nose. And if you wanted to, you could put some on the jumper, but I think we'll stick with the mouth, the nose and the eye. And then what you could do is add some dots. These are the dots that I've got that I think will work quite well. I've certainly got some Timid Tiger ones left here. These are the new In Colour Flat Pearls, shiny and sparkly, so really nice. I'm going to let's put, don't want it to go in the wrong place and look like something else, so I think I will add one up there over a little smudge that I had with the dinky one there. And we'll have maybe here. And here. And there, just for a little bit of added. So there's my card, my one layer card. And because I've used you can see it a little bit, but unlike the blends, it doesn't necessarily go through the card like it would do with the blends. So that's a little card. So you've got that one, and then as I mentioned earlier, you could do a Happy Birthday. That's using the same colours, the Melon Mambo and the Timid Tiger. If you wanted one for the guys, you could do, this is Azure Afternoon and Summer Splash. And these little rocks came from another retired set, but anything, tools or whatever you could use for the guys. And then getting ready, dare I say it, for the festive season, you could also do the little dog and add the Merry Merry Christmas. And here I use the little the little lights. I just stamped them across the body, and I've added some gold pearls just to make it look like it's wandering about with some lights on. But here you can see where I caught my ruler, so do be careful with the ruler. There are ways and means of getting around that, and we will do at some point, but I think that is super cute. Thanks for joining us today. Do take a look at everyone else's videos as well. Thank you. Bye.